Okay, so with the new news of what Halo is becoming and going to be, I want to kind of chat about it because I'm a big Halo fan. A big Halo fan. I've been a Halo fan since I was a wee little boy, and I got some thoughts. Now, first of all, no, I'm not going to rush around and be like, "Oh, it's stupid, it's dumb." No, the idea of a Halo remake is actually not a bad idea. We haven't actually had a remake. We've had a remaster, and we've had an anniversary edition, and we had the PC version, blah blah blah. Had all of them. Some extra tidbits were added in, but it was basically the same game, which is fine. Remake, kind of good. I think this is the sort of remake you should get, and we should be getting. Yeah, okay, people can complain about Sprint all they want, but it works for the game and for the big open levels, and if you're someone who plays the old games, you'll know that, yeah, Sprint helps. Because first of all, Sprint has been in Halo since 2010, brought in by Bungie, by the way. Second of all, if you're a Halo fan, in the extended media, Spartans actually run, and they run really fast. So yeah, I know people say, "Oh, just make the move speed faster," but sprinting is still a thing. Sprinting isn't the end of Halo, and it never was. It's been around for 15 years, and I don't understand why some YouTubers are going crazy about it. But hey, in the remake, you can turn it off, which is actually really great and a really good idea. Choice in a video game, fantastic stuff. So yeah, I don't know. Half me is kind of just thinking a lot of these assholes are just complaining for the sake of complaining. And second of all, yeah, it's like the first look. They can change things, and they probably will change things because the fandom is very vocal. So I can understand that completely. I mean, don't get me wrong. For the assault rifle, it should be 60. I get why they're making it 32, but it should be 60, and I don't know why they're not making it 60. Just give us 60, and I would be happy. I'm okay with some of the changes to the weapons, like not being able to kill a hunter in one shot. I'm okay with that because, yeah, they're supposed to be very scary, and they weren't very scary when you realize you could just go behind them and shoot them in the back. I'm not gonna lie, I think that's a good change. I think some of the visuals are great. The Unreal Engine 5 is a fantastic looking engine. I think it's fantastic. It works really well, and it's very easy to use from what I've heard. So, yeah, I'm okay with that. And Halo looks amazing. That graphical power with the art of Halo looks really good. Yes, I think some of the Forerunners structures need to be a bit more decrepit looking, but I think that's really good. I think overall, from what we've seen, remember we've only seen the Silent Cartographer, it looks good. I'm excited. I'm gonna get it, and there's gonna be 3 prequel missions. We're gonna get a lot more weapons. I'm all for it. Yeah, it's only the campaign, but the campaign of Halo C is really good, and I highly recommend it for anybody who wants to play a good FPS game and a good sci-fi game. Now, yeah, there's no multiplayer, and they obviously, by the sounds of it, they're going to release a free multiplayer for everyone. I'm okay with that. Cool, whatever, don't care. I play multiplayer every now and then, but I'm more of a single player guy anyway. But the weird thing is why no firefight? I think if they added firefight, that would actually 4 player firefight or whatever would probably make it a lot better and make a lot of people go, "Oh, this is cool." So if they just did campaign and firefight, I think a lot more people would be very happy about that. But there's co-op as well. There's like little details, which is kind of very Infinite. Like in Infinite, you had a lot of animals around, and you can kind of like spy them and stuff. It was really cool. But some people have said, like, if you drop a gun on the sand will move, and you'll see footprints and stuff. And I'm like, that is great detail. I think detail-wise, it's really, really good. Now, I kind of wanted to say one thing, though. What does Halo need? What is something that Halo needs? I think, in general, this is a good way to go. I think Halo needs the Halo Infinite style, where it's big open maps, which is very similar to what Silent Cartographer was, and very much what Halo... That was like the base Halo level, I think. Big open map, objectives, go for it. Very good stuff there. And I think that's kind of what Halo needs. Because here's the thing, Halo's gameplay, and Halo's enemy design, and Halo's structure, they've always been good in every game. Yes, every single game. What I think Halo needs to come back to is its grittiness. Halo has always been a dark, decrepit, gritty universe. It is violent. It is Gears of War level violent. It is full on. Decapitations, people exploding, and if you've seen the Halo TV show, which I still think is a good show, the battle scenes with like they're all blown up and like the elites have like their heads blown off and like half their jaws missing. Holy crap. That is Halo. Like that, if there was anything the Halo TV show got down to a T, it's the violence and grittiness of this universe, and I think we need to see that back. Yeah, the flood's going to be in the remake. That's going to be violent as hell. It looks it from what we've slightly seen, but I think we need to add that damage and that grittiness to the violence to the normal Covenant. when you shoot a Covenant in the head like a grunt, you should be able to see a bullet hole and maybe like a decal or even a bullet hole exit wound, or like maybe even like blood and brains and stuff. Now, I'm not saying you have to go full detail of exploding body arms, although that would be nice. I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, saying that the games is it's weirdly enough have never really gotten true. Like the closest may have been Reach, but Halo's always been that violent universe. When you get shot with an explosive, the body doesn't stay there. The body explodes into like blood and guts. And if you watch, it's funny that the alternate media, from comics to books to TV shows, have gotten that grittiness of Halo, but the games haven't. Like the only time the games got that was when you had the Flood, which is great. But that really dark and grittiness of the war effort of Halo hasn't actually been shown in the games really well. Not really, and I think that's what it's missing. Halo needs to grow up. It needs to stop being looking at that teen rated, very Power Rangers type stuff, which is unfortunately what Halo kind of turned into for a bit. Now, I like that sort of stuff, but as a Halo fan, I want that grittiness. I want that darkness. Halo is a dark, decrepit universe. I want to see it. I want to live in it. I want to see the darkness that the world has, and I think that's what they need to go back to. Like I said, level design, AI, weapons, enemies, all of that has always been a good bundle and always fit really well. But I think for a lot of Halo fans, we want that grittiness, we want that violence. Imagine shooting a grunt and having flesh blown off and stuff, and maybe even under details of undergore sort of deal. Not saying like you have to shoot them in the gut and their intestines fly out, but again, that would be nice. But just imagine seeing that sort of damage model of when you're really shooting at them and they just blow to bits to an extent. I think that'd be really nice, and I think that's a level of detail that gives you good feedback when you're fighting them from a gameplay perspective, but it also shows the darkness of that universe. And I know we'll get that with the Flood. That's great. I'm in love with that. I just still think that that's something that's missing. Kind of like when God of War. God of War grew up, right? It was still violent and dark and decrepit and all that. But it grew up in a sense where you were like, oh, okay, so there's a bit more to this universe than you think. I think that's what Halo needs to do. And granted, there's still time to change things and all that, or maybe they'll do that with the next game. But yeah, Halo needs to grow up, I think. I think the big thing is, and I'm not going to complain about it being on PlayStation. Honestly, I'm playing God of War on my Xbox Ally X. I've stopped caring about exclusivity and all the console war for a very long time now. I actually implore everybody to get an Xbox Ally X or a PC, portable PC, or just give it time, and I'm sure PlayStation games will actually be on Xbox again. They already have. I mean, Helldivers 2. I mean, that's a Sony-made game on Xbox, and I think we'll be seeing more. I think we'll be seeing more PlayStation games on Xbox, and exclusivity will be a small little thing, or might be exclusivity for like a year before it comes out on the other consoles, which is probably how it's going to be. That's the way I see it. But yeah, Halo, I think Halo Remake looks great. I think Halo needs to go back to a more violent verse, a more gritty verse, a more okay, this is very full on verse, which is what it was. It was a very full dark universe that had moments of fun, like when if you're in a fight and stuff and you're like, oh, we almost died, you're gonna stay equipped into, and that was a really great thing that Halo had a really good vibe of the dark and the light kind of mixed together, and I really like that, and I think that's where it needs to go. Sprint is fine. Being on PlayStation, I think, is fine. The architecture needs a bit of a playthrough with, but overall, it looks like a good remake that, again, is a first look. We'll give it time, but I think it's going to come out really well. But anyway, that's obviously Viking out. That's just my version of my perspective of Halo. And just it needs to go back to the darkness and be gritty and violent again, because it is a violent universe. And watch the TV shows, read the media, read the books, and yeah, at least give us the ability to decapitate with a sword. Like, god damn, after reading that in one of the comics, no, novels actually, how the Arbiter just like, good shit. Anyway, I'll see you back out. St. Valor, bye.